Hello guys, in today's video I will be teaching you how to make a katana. So, today's video will be a very friendly beginner video. So what that means is I will be making a very clean and simple katana to try to teach you how to move and how to handle different stuff in Blender. So we will not be doing too advanced stuff, and as you can see down here to the left, whatever key I press will appear here. So that's a very good tool. So if you don't know what I'm exactly doing, you could follow by looking at this corner here. So the first thing we will start by doing is you will go either to Pinterest or Google and search for katana front view model. And once you have the picture, you will press A, delete all that's in here, then press 1 on your number pad. If you don't have the number pad 1, just go up here and press it on this or whatever. It shows you there where it says shortcut control numpad 1. But if you do not have a number pad, just press on this. And once you're in here, you press Shift A and you go into image and then reference. And then you will just import your file. And as you can see here, we have it here imported. And personally, I do not like to work when it's flipped like this, so I would just rotate it. Let me just see, was it like this? Yeah. So now we have it rotated in here. And then honestly, I think I would like to rotate it a bit more, just make it more straight, so it's easier for me to see it. Okay, so we will start by adding a plane and then rotate it by 90 degrees, and of course we scale it down. And we will be focusing on something that's called topology, so we will try to make it as clean as possible. So we just rotate it a little bit there, we zoom in more and press tab and then Alt Z to go into X-ray mode, or you could access from here by pressing on this. And the version of the Blender I'm using is 4.5.4, so the latest one. I will start by dragging this up here and then dragging this here and then just extrude Alt and D and do that. And once we're here, we're just trying to get honestly, I think I would do this. So we do not, if you're gonna, I will leave this image in the description, so if you would like to do the exact same katana as me. But I was thinking I will leave this bit here, I will not put any vertices there. And this is what's called vertices, these small dots here. So what we will do is we will select both by holding shift and we will extrude. Like something like this, just trying to keep it very simple and clean. Extrude down like this and extrude. We'll keep doing it. So I like to have many vertices so I can control how I want my mesh to be. Okay, so once we've done this, you press C. Wait, oops, let me just scroll up here. You press C, then you select all of these and then escape to exit and extrude a little bit out, just like this. And let me extrude here, somewhere here. And once you're here, you will select this. If it's not selected, then you will select it, and then holding shift, selecting the other one, and then pressing M. Once you press M, you will merge by last. So this that was up here merge into this, and then we zoom out. Boom, just like this. And now, honestly, okay, let's finish doing the first phase of the blade before we do anything more. Oops, as you can see here, this might happen to your blade. You see mine is missing a little bit of faces here, but that's all good. Just select this, this and this, and then press F. That will fill it up. And now we got a clean edge here. Okay, so we will start by selecting all of these, and once we select this, we will press G and then Y and extrude out just like this, so we have this smooth edge. And once we have this, we can just go to modifiers here, and once we in modifiers, we add a mirror modifier. And as you can see, it's messy here, but that's okay. We can just choose the z-axis, and once you choose the z-axis, you will have a clean sword here. And don't you worry about how it's looking on top. We will fix that by applying clipping, and once you apply clipping, you will come. We select these edges up here. Once we select the edges, we extrude on the y-axis. Boom. Now we close this here. Make sure if you have stuff like this, it's okay. Just do that, and it should. Actually, we can wait instead of filling it, just extrude. Extrude also on the y-axis. So, let me see. Let me select this. So it's looking like, as you can see, it's looking flat. So honestly, like it's my first time doing this model, so basically I'm doing it with shoes, so you might see me doing some mistake, but that's all good because we will be correcting those mistakes. And honestly, I think I will. Well, what will happen if I merge this here? Yeah, looks pretty good. We will just merge it at last. As you can see, like literally, I'm doing this with you guys, so it is pretty basically the first time you're doing this model. So now we got a clean edge, and the other thing we will do is we will mark sharp edge. What this will do, once we selected like the edge of the blade here, we will right click and then mark sharp. So basically what we're doing here, we're telling the computer that this should be sharp. And why are we doing this? Because when we apply auto smooth to smooth it out, this will remain sharp, and we can do the same here. And of course, we do not need to do the same on this side because we have the mirror modifier, so everything is happening by itself. So we also mark sharp. You can see now we have a clean and sharp edge. Now we go back to the same view and we uncheck this. So we have the sword. As you can see, it's looking clean. Now, one thing I like doing is, basically what you should be doing is when you learning Blender, you should think about everything as shapes. What I mean by that is, like you try to figure out, like this part of the sword, what is the shape that resembles this the most? You would say a cube, right? And yeah, I would also say a cube. So what we could do, either we do a cube or like a plane. Like if you want to be more specific and make it clean, you could do plane and blah blah blah, take the long road. But honestly, in this scenario, I'd rather just do a cube. Just keep it simple, go in X-ray mode, zoom in. Oops, select the cube. No, then just select this, boom, select that, boom, just like this, and you go out. You see, let me hide the picture. You see how it looks. It does not look good at all. So you just select this face. I just maybe make it a bit bigger from here, and select these two, make them smaller. And honestly, I would personally add a loop cut. I would say loop cut and select these edges, and just like to make it a little bit more fancy, extrude them out like this, and then let me extrude it more. And once we have this, you control A and scale it so the computer know that it's this size, otherwise the bevel will look weird. And now we just go back, bevel it a little bit like this so it looks a bit cleaner. And let me see, this goes up here, so it's good that we check. Now we can just put it back like this, no problem. So you should always be checking your mesh and your model to make sure there's no weird looking vertices or anything, and everything is clean. We have a clean topology here, perfect. Let me make sure here, perfect also. Now we can just smooth that out and apply this because we won't be changing anything here. And I think, let me make sure. Yeah, we won't be doing anything with the blade either. So you can apply these. You should apply the mirror first and then the auto smooth. Okay, so the next step is this part of the sword. I think it's called the guard or whatever it is. So what does it resemble the most? Like we said before, I would say, maybe you would say a circle, but like it will take a bit longer than a cylinder. Personally, I would rather a cylinder to put in here. And then just scale it on the z-axis. You can see it's starting to resemble it a bit more, and it's more simpler because if you add a circle, you need to fill the edges and blah blah blah. And you know, once you do in Blender, it's all about saving you time. That's why there's so much stuff, because you can save time. So basically just scale it so it matches the reference. You know, sometimes these references cannot be perfect, so you have to make your own adjustments. Like, let me see. For example, now, okay, if you think this is looking good, then keep it. I would say, let me try scaling it down a little bit more, putting it up, maybe a bit more, and no, 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 no. I'll keep it like this, and yeah, I will just scale it up, and I think that's pretty good. And just of course auto smooth, so these edges here disappear. Now we go back into the first view and we uncheck this button so we can see the rest of the plane. So go back into this view and make sure it's like the same size if you want it like this. And yeah, let's go to the next step. Now the next step is to add a plane, of course, again. Rotate on the x-axis by, oops, rotate on the x-axis by 90 degrees, not 9000, like this. Then scale it down, take it down, of course, and try to center it in the middle and up here. So once we have it here, we'll go into edit mode, select these vertices, and start scaling it down, and go into X-ray, of course, to make it a bit more easier for you to see, and start following your mesh. Like, of course, it does not have to be 100%. As you can see here, I'm selecting the white edges, but it does not really matter. It's not that big of a deal, I would say. Of course, otherwise, if you actually want to follow a model like 100%, or I mean a reference image, then you do that, but in my opinion, there's no need at all. So, the next thing we will be doing is, we'll go back into solid mode, and let me see here. We hide this, and as you can see, it's just a plane, nothing really special about it. So let's say we move it a little bit here. Then then we select the blade, and once we select the blade, we hold Shift S and cursor to select it. This will put the 3D cursor in the middle of the sword. And why do we do that, you may ask? Because we will be applying a mirror modifier to this plane. You could either put the 3D cursor on the sword, or you can select the sword, but I don't know why, I'm just used to putting the 3D cursor there. So we will put it there, and oops, I forgot something. You need to go to the plane and then right click and set origin to 3D cursor. So now the origin is up here. Now we go back again to mirror, get the mirror here, and then uncheck this and put it on the Z axis, as you can see. Make sure that this is the thickness you want. If you want it smaller, then you can make it smaller basically. So make sure to check clipping, and let's get started. I do not want my handle to be blocky, if you know what I mean, so I would add a loop cut here in the middle and extrude it a little bit on the y-axis. And of course this is not bad at all, it's looking like a triangle, but that's not how it should look like. So we should apply scale by pressing Ctrl A and then going back into edit mode and bevel. So it's looking a little bit better now, it's not that boxy, I hope. And then I would say we scale it a little bit more on the y-axis so it come closer. Wait, let me set the origin to... Huh, never mind, do not do that. It clips together, that's not good. Okay, yeah, I like it like this. So, once you like how thick your handle is, you go into edit mode, select this edge, and select this edge, and then you extrude on the y-axis, and boom. You see they clip together because we have clipping on. But I still do not like this, so what I will do is I will scale, not extrude, scale a little bit on the x-axis. And as you can see here, we will get this edge. You can, let me see, oops. Yeah, I think this looks pretty good. So we apply the mirror, and you can bevel it if you want, but honestly there is no need. It's just gonna give you more faces and more lag. Okay, it's not gonna give you that much lag, of course, because it's not that many triangle, but we're gonna try to keep it clean. So this is how our model looks so far, of course. And to make it look cooler, I like to press on this button and then add matte cap, and then here you can change how your sword look like. Of course, this is not the color of the sword, this is only how you see it. You can see here, it's looking really clean. But let me see which one I like the most. I like this one usually. We can see like more clear. So let me make sure. Oops. Let me make sure everything is auto smooth. This is auto smooth. This is auto smooth. And this is auto smooth. And this also is auto smooth. But we are not finished yet, of course. We still need to add the last part. So we will go down here and then Shift A. What do you think? Like, what do you guys think this resembles the most? Like, what form? I think, honestly, I would say, a cylinder, right? Actually, no. Let's do a cube. Let's do a cube because it might look a bit weird. So we do a cube. Take it a bit down. Scale it down. Take down. Then move it on the x-axis. Scale it up and X-ray. So we can just select. You need to make sure to select them like this because it's a cube, of course, not a plane. So there's more than one vertices on the same side. Select it like this, and then boom, scale it down and move it up, just like this. And we need to make it, of course, bigger so it matches the rest, but we can do that later. So let me see how it looks. It does not look good at all, right? Let me just extrude it like this and then move it up, and still do not look good, so we scale it down here, and then should I bevel? Let me see. I think I will bevel all of these. Let me see how it looks. Yeah, we do that, but wait, let's not bevel too much, otherwise we get these weird faces. But we already got them, but that's okay. Let's just bevel here again. I will show you how to fix them. Let me extrude like this, then move. Okay, so I don't know if this is a beginner friendly to teach, but you see here we got all of these messed up vertices when you bevel too much. So we start by selecting these two, and no, we select one first, not at the same time, sorry. Select one first, then select the other one, and we can click collapse. It will collapse them in the middle. If you do like if you merge at last, it will merge at the last point, but that's not how we want. We will merge them in the middle. So collapse and oops, sorry, and collapse here and collapse here. So now it's looking a bit more clean. Maybe we just move it a little bit up like this, and then of course, wait, should I wait, let me bevel this also. Yeah. Okay, looks a bit better now, and of course auto smooth. So this is basically the first step done and the most basic. I will not be doing insane textures, of course. I will keep the texturing very simple in Roblox Studio and not in Substance Painter or Photoshop. Personally, I hate texture painting in Blender, so I never will probably teach that out because I basically don't know it myself because I hate learning it. I rather choose applications like Substance Painter or 3D Code or Photoshop. But my favorite is Substance Painter, so I will definitely be showing you a tutorial of that in the future. So now that we got this beautiful katana that's ready for a game, and as you can see, each part is selected differently here, so we can color it differently, and if you want you can rename those, but it's not that big of a deal. So let me just delete this picture, and then now we will be going to the next step, which is exporting. So how we export is, you go up here, you press on the file, and then you go down here on the export, and all of these files, this is the file you want for Roblox. So you press on export as an FBX, and you come down here, you choose the name, and you choose where you want it to be exported to. I want it to be exported to downloads because it's very easy to find, so I export it there. Okay guys, so once you're in Studio is, what you will need to do is, and of course right now as you can see I have the new studio, but I think it's basically the same. If you have the old studio, just look for the asset and then book import, but let's say you have the new one, just press on the import 3D and go down to downloads where I saved it, select your file, open and import. Let's wait a little bit. And now it's imported and there it is. Oops. So as you can see, this is it. I just move it here in clear so you can see it. Of course it's really big, so let's just scale it down, and let's just scale it down like this. It's perfect. So the next step is, well, let me move it a little bit up more. You can see this, the shadows there. So next step is of course coloring it. You can hold Alt and then press this part, so you select the part there if it's grouped of course. And let's say I want this to be metallic, so the material metal, because it's the main sword of course. As you can see, our clean edge there looks like a katana. Then select the color. We do not want a black katana, so we want, I would say, this color. It's pretty cool. And then the next part, let's say we want this. Let's see which colors. Let's make a red katana. So we make this red, and then we choose this. We make it black, and then we choose this. We make it red, and then this. We make it black. So this is very, very basic coloring and shading, and of course in the future we will doing some pretty complicated swords and other stuff that will look way better than this. But yeah guys, this was basically the tutorial on how to do a katana, and of course you can color it and make it way better than mine. Roblox Studio, you could like make it a bit more cleaner, maybe make this smooth plastic, I don't know, like maybe keep it fully clean. So yeah, this was the tutorial on how to make a katana for Roblox. And if you want me to make more tutorials about other stuff, please let me know in the comments. And this was like usually what YouTubers would do, I would say. They do the model many times before they like record it, so they can like make sure they do it very professional on camera. But I like to keep things like simple and clean, so when I will do a model in the future, I will be doing it for the first time always with you, so I can do the same mistake you guys do, so I don't look mistake free, and so we can fix the mistakes together. So yeah, this was our first and most simple sword for Roblox. And yeah, thank you for watching the video guys, and please stay tuned for other videos, and please comment ideas down in the description on what I should do. Have a good one.